So I want to make clear that I am here as Tony Fuhrmann, resident of Collinsville for over 25 years, and not in my official capacity in any way, shape, or form. So everyone knows home rule came to effect in 1970 with the passing of the new Illinois Constitution. I happened to be at a chamber event a few months ago where the presenter said that 4 municipalities in these 52 years had voted to do away with home rule, and he made that sound like it was a big deal. So did a little research and found out actually there are 5 communities that have done away with home rule in the 50-plus years since it's been inception. So there were 224 home rule communities. So if you do the math, that's about 2% of all the communities in the state that have gone from home rule to not home rule. People would say, well, all of them have not fallen below 25,000. So for the communities from 1970 to 2000, there were 29 communities that fell below the 25,000 and had referendums. Of those, 25 of the 29 chose to continue with home rule. The 5 cities that have gone from home rule to non-home rule are all in northern Illinois. 4 of the 5 are in DuPage County, a suburb of Chicago. In this case, it's good news for the Chicago people to not think of the rest of the state below I-80, because people below I-80 do not want the extra state control that comes with removing home rule. So you may say, well, what's more recently? Locally, in 2010, Edwardsville fell below the 25,000. Their referendum in 2012, the vote was approximately 9,200 residents voted to retain home rule, 1,300 voted to repeal. That's just over 88% of the voters voted to maintain home rule. If you look at Edwardsville and what's happened there in the last 10 years, I think that's a good indication of the possibilities here as well. So every night I drive home on Main Street, and there's an empty storefront with signs opposing home rule. They're in dirty windows. You would think if you wanted to really state what you were saying, you would wash your windows. And I've watched the one sign in the dirtiest window start to come down one corner at a time. Now it's held up by one corner. If that is what the opposition to home rule feels Collinsville's future should be, it's not for me as a resident, and I hope it's not for other residents as well. So one example of the benefits of home rule is a NASCAR race that happened at the beginning of June. The hotels in our city were at 100% occupancy. Think of the amount of revenue that came into the city that could be used for public services in that one weekend. Think of the economy, the boost for the jobs that are created by those hotels, and also all the economic development and success for the city, for those visitors to this city. Why would Collinsville want more state control? I have no idea. Just look at the wording on the ballot. The city asked for a very simple yes means yes and no means no. The state came back and said you can't do that. No has to mean yes and yes has to mean no. That's who you want giving more control to the citizens of this city. I'll leave you with this. When you go to vote, please remember to vote no to state control for Collinsville. A no vote will retain home rule and local control of Collinsville by Collinsville. Vote no to retain the level of fire, EMS, police, and city services we have, we want, and we deserve. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.